Okay, we're going to continue our discussion about writing algebraically from a word problem or from English to algebra, if you want to call it that. We're going to keep doing what we've been doing and just take a look at two-step equations. So here's an example how our equations used to solve real-world problems. So they talk about the phone company advertising that you can call anywhere in the United States for 4 cents a minute plus a monthly fee of 99 cents with their calling card. The table shows how to find your total monthly cost. And this might look familiar as far as a sequence of equations and what they equal. So based on this table, which is also kind of like an in and out table or a function table, that's where algebraic expressions come from and equations. So let's take a look at A. Let n represent the number of minutes and write an expression that represents the cost when your last call, or when your call lasts n minutes. Alright, so if we have n is going to be our, let me go ahead and get my pen here. So let's say n, we have n minutes. Alright, we know that it's going to be 4 cents a minute. That's up here. So that means if it's 4 cents per minute, that means that we are doing 4n. Alright, and then we're adding onto that 99 cents. So if you can see what's happening here, 0 minutes would obviously be 99 cents. And then let's say it was 10 minutes, it'd be 4 times 10 plus 99. So our equation for any sort of minutes would be 4n plus 99 equals, and then you could figure out what that would be. So in this case, it'd be 179, but in essence, this is your expression right here. Why is your equation considered to be a two-step equation? Well, you have what going on here? We have 4 times n, so there's multiplication, and then you also have addition. So here it has two operations, multiplication and addition. That's why it's called a 4-step problem. Alright, so writing two-step equations. It's referring to chapter 1, but basically we'll call this the previous lesson that we did. So when you take a phrase, the sum of 4 times a number and 99, remember and is another word for addition, and obviously times would be multiplication. So you get 4n plus 99. And an equation is when you have is, equals, or is equal to when you translate sentences into equations. So the sum of 4 times some number and 99 is 299. That would be, okay, now we can figure out what the minutes are in this case. Alright, so here's some more examples. Again, we've already done this, but the only way you get really proficient with this is to just keep seeing as many different sentences and phrases as you possibly can. So 6 more than twice a number is negative 20. So 6 more is obviously we're adding, and we're adding 6, and here's that word than. Twice a number, so that would be 2n, is, so here's your equals, and then negative 20. And again, they have it switched around, 2n plus 6. That's because that word than switches it around. Okay, 18 is, so here's 18, is, there's your equal sign, 6 less than, so 6 less than. Okay, now again we have this than, so notice what happens. 4 times a number. So we have 4n. And remember, because of that than, this switches around. So it's actually 4n minus 6. The quotient of a number, okay, so now we need to know what quotient is. So the quotient of a number in 5, remember quotient is division. So notice what happens here, n divided by 5. Okay, increased by 8. So that's addition. And then is equal to, which is your equal sign, and then 14, obviously. Okay? Alright, so what is the difference between an expression and an equation? Go ahead and write that down. What is the difference between an expression and equation? When you're done, go ahead and continue with the video. Alright, so you should have written down something that resembles this. An expression is any combinations of numbers and operations, and an equation is a statement that two expressions are equal. So before you can even have an equation, you have to have at least two expressions. Alright, translate and solve. 7 more than 3 times a number is 31. Find the number. We're not going to find the number, we're just going to write the equation. So the word 7 more than 3 times the number is 31. And we're going to let n be the variable. So you should have 3n plus 7 equals 31. Alright, here is another word problem about scooters. So exploring, planning, and then solving. And you can do this by, working out the equation too. The planning is not really necessary unless you need to figure out the answer, but right now we are just concerned with writing the equation. So if you've already saved up $60 and you plan to save $5 a week, that's where you've already got 60 and you're making $5 a week more, so the numbers in parentheses represent the number of weeks. So if you want to know how long it's going to take you to make $100, then it would be 5 times the number of weeks plus 60. Okay, write and solve a two-step equation. Here's another one. 2000 Summer Olympics, the United States won 9 more medals than Russia. Together they won 185 medals. How many medals did the United States win? So together they won 185 medals. So as you can see, that 185 becomes the other side of the equation, or the expression. Remember, this is still an expression also. Let x equal the number of medals won by Russia. Okay, so here's our first x. And then x plus 9 is the number of medals won by the United States. So notice what happens here. We have x plus 9. All right, and then you can simplify that to be 2x plus 9 equals 185. Okay, because we can take away the parentheses by distributing 1. So remember, you can actually do distributive property. 1 times x is x, and 1 times 9 is 9, and so that way we have an x plus an x to get 2x plus 9. Alright, go ahead and practice with these. Translate each sentence into an equation, and when you're done, go ahead and continue the video and the answers will show up. Okay, here they are. Twice a number increased by 5 equals negative 25. 4n minus 8 equals negative 28. 5 plus 8n equals 12. And 9 more than 4 times the number is 41. Alright, here are some more examples. Again, the only way to get good at this is to practice, practice, practice. The product of 6 and a number less 7 equals 11. When 4 is added to a number that has been divided by 3, the result is 1. And 4 less than 8 times a number is 12. Go ahead and write those down and then check it when you're finished. All right, here they are. Make sure when you are doing division problems, or you are translating into division, make sure you write them as a fraction. Okay? All right, a couple more. So here's a couple different ways you could have answered this one. And 2c plus 12 equals 128. All right, that's it.